Are you ready for what's hot? We talk about stories that have all of us talking.
We're joined by Barb Bartlein of the People Pro, plus Jeff Wagner is back. First off, it's the latest way to get back on your feet after a night of drinking. It's called hydration therapy, and it promises to cure hangovers. You get vitamins through that IV. Some bars and businesses around the country are already offering that IV. So what do you think about it?
Okay, here's the deal. It costs somewhere between $120 and $160 to do this. There is nothing that this does that 2 raw eggs and a shot of Jameson's won't do. There's just no way I'm spending $150 for this.
Well, I think there's more concerns, Jeff, than just the money. I mean, how much background do these practitioners have about the so-called customers that they're serving? You know, there are dangers with instilling IV fluids. You can give too much. You could put somebody into congestive heart failure. Blood pressure goes up. I agree with you. You know, get some chicken soup and a couple of Tylenol. You'll be feeling better.
Yeah, well, plus you have to go to wherever this place is. So, I mean, look, I guess my thinking is, first of all, you should never do something to yourself that's so bad that you're not going to be able to get up and walk somewhere by 10 o'clock in the morning. But you got to travel somewhere. I mean, if you're that hungover, I mean, how are you going to travel there? It's just take care of it. This is one self-help, I think.
Yeah, this is one of those situations where they've come up with a solution, and the problem, you know, shouldn't be that you're getting that wasted, right?
Right. Well, and I think it even said it's a cure for, you know, if you're dehydrated. So really, I mean, like you guys said, just drink some water. Drink a lot of water.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
and I think if you're dehydrated, I mean severely dehydrated, you need medical attention, not an IV with no real medical personnel backing you up.
Right.
Although I would tell you, I still don't understand some of this stuff. I was in the Minneapolis airport a little while ago, and they had this bar that was set up where people were like just inhaling like flavored oxygen air for like $25 a piece. And I'm thinking, this is another example of God's way of telling you got too much money. If you could have the orange oxygen, for goodness sakes.
And Jeff, just for the record, what would your fee be for the 2 raw eggs and the
and the shot of Jameson?
Yeah.
And the shot of, trust me, well, okay, never get yourself in that situation, but if you do, it'll take care of what ails you.
Okay, less than $100, I'm sure.
I thought he was going to say, trust me, you can't afford it.
All right, we're going to leave it at that. Coming up next, we're revealing the viewer's choice topic of the day.
And Brian Goddard is back with another look at your forecast. What's hot in our viewer's choice topic of the day?
Again, we're joined by Barb Bartlein and Jeff Wagner. Today's viewer's choice topic, a bill was introduced in the U.S. House of Representatives on Monday that would amend the Controlled Substances Act. If passed, it would be the first time that federal law allows any medical marijuana use. This year alone, 11 states have passed legislation loosening regulation of cannabis. Should there be a federal law for medical marijuana?
I think it's overdue, actually. Having the federal law be different than the state laws has caused a lot of problems. For example, in some of the states, the people providing the cannabis for medical marijuana users have to walk around with suitcases full of cash because they can't open bank accounts in federally insured banks. So I think this legislation is overdue. The federal government needs to get caught up with the states.
And I think there's an important distinction. What we're talking about now is medical marijuana, which is different than, you know, whether or not the federal government should just simply cede the whole concept to the states of whether marijuana per se should be legal. But given the fact that right now physicians can prescribe really heavy-duty narcotic drugs to people, the idea that somebody who's got cancer, who's got an issue with the appetite, can't get medical marijuana, I just simply don't understand that. So if this standardizes medical marijuana, I have no issue with it.
Yeah, there just seems to be too much conflict as it goes from state to state. We even saw some of that battle here in Wisconsin over a particular type of use that would help a child that was dealing with seizures. And so I don't understand why the federal government doesn't see that it should consistently...
For medical marijuana, yeah.
Exactly, for medical marijuana.
Yeah.
All right, we'll leave it at that.
Time now for our lightning round. The TSA needs your help to shorten security lines. The agency is offering $15,000 for the best ideas. You'll have to consider a number of factors, including peak hours, flight schedules, and staffing requirements. So do you think this contest, open to the public, is really the way to come up with solutions?
Why not? I hope so.
You think $15,000 is enough of an incentive?
Oh, yeah. I mean, come on. come on, if you had a great, now I don't
But
claim
if I have
to
a really
great
good idea, it's worth more than $15,000.
Yeah, well, Charles, I've always said, Charles, you're high rent. I mean, me, I'll take the 15 Gs.
I don't know, Jeff. Aren't they supposed to be the experts on this? I guess I'd be looking to the TSAs to come up with some ideas. I don't know. I have an issue with this. I don't feel like the general public are experts in airport security.
Well, and I think there's something to that, Barb. And obviously, if somebody submits something that is not practical and doesn't work, that's fine. But, I mean, lots of businesses go to the employees, or lots of times government goes out, they'll say, hey, we're trying to solicit ideas. Are there things that you notice that we can do better? I would agree with you. You would think that if somebody's really got an idea as to how to build a better mousetrap, it would come from somebody at the TSA. But if I had that idea, I mean, I'd submit it. And if they want to give me 15 Gs?
Yeah, I mean, just earlier in this broadcast, we saw a young woman in high school had come up with something how to solve, a problem if you left the baby in the car seat and an alarm goes off. And
maybe we should go to her.
Well, yeah, maybe she should be on this list. But people do come up with these creative ideas. Here in Milwaukee, though, we're not really too worried about these lines. We don't have the big, long lines that maybe some other cities do. I know in the mornings out at the airport, sometimes the line can be long.
Well, but nevertheless, I mean, if you have something that, you apply it to Milwaukee, or you apply it to those lines that I get in when I'm coming out from Las Vegas all the time, I mean, it's like anything that can make it better. And look, I don't know that they're going to come up with an idea, but Barb, I'm counting on you to come through with that, and you can have the 15 grand. That's okay with me.
Well, I say use the eyeballs. Everybody should get their eyeballs registered. It worked for Tom Cruise in a number of his movies. Why couldn't it work here?
I don't know. It seems to me if you could prevent people from taking off their belts and taking off their shoes, wouldn't that speed up the line?
Write it up, Charles. Send it in. Who knows? You could be
that's
the
really
winner.
Brilliant thinking there. Here's your 15,000, Charles. All right, we'll leave it at that. Thanks. The What's Hot discussion continues online. Find that page at TMJ4.